Don't go nowhere. Let me give you one. My lady. The sweetest one. I wanna touch you, baby. You're my lady, and I love you, girl. Ooh. Don't you get nowhere. I love you, I need you, I want you, babe.
Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Lady of the Throne, where God dwells within me as me, and I'm here to talk to you guys about astrology. All right, this is going to be what is coming up. What is the astrological forecast for all 12 zodiac signs? For those of you who are new to my channel, or for those of you who are new to spirituality, should I say, some of you may know this, but some people are new to spirituality and that's understanding. You have to understand that astrological zodiac signs can tell you almost everything that there is to know about events in life as well as personalities. And it is something that had become dumbed down over time as just like something really fun to do. However, we all know that there's so much truth to it. So being that this is the month of June, where there is going to be a whole lot of truth and authenticity coming through the cosmos, that means that a lot of people are going to be shifting into the wonderful world of universal consciousness, awareness, and expansion. So being that this is going to be such a remarkable shift that's happening for a lot of people, you can blame it on the sign of Gemini. Gemini is the reason why. Reason why I say that is because there is a new moon in the sign of Gemini on June 6th. Anytime there is a new moon in Gemini, this is positive for communications. It is also about deep thinking, creative self-expression, because Gemini is all about communication. So there's going to be opportunities to socialize with like-minded people, as well as opportunities for newbies to spirituality to hear a lot of things and to learn a lot more about spirituality and how that works together with astrology, and how this all ties into religion, and how all of that makes sense in the real world. So a lot of people are getting more invested, more involved, and more of an understanding of how things work, and it's going to be widely accepted as something that is not a bad thing, but something that is actually a lot of truth involved. So this is what the new moon in Gemini is going to do. Now on the 21st, or around the 21st of June, there is a full moon, and this one is in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, now that's really interesting because we go from Gemini to Capricorn, way left, right? We go into this air energy, a lot of communication coming through, and then we go right into the sign of Capricorn, which is that earth energy, and that brings in a strong sense of self-empowerment, reaching milestones, okay, making some type of achievement on a personal level, okay. And this has a lot to do with entrepreneurship for some of you guys who are wanting to go into the fields of entrepreneurship or business. This is a good prospect in, for that, if you guys are, thinking in that way. Also, this full moon is happening at the start of summer, okay? So the start of summer is on the 20th, and then you have that full moon coming right in, right at the beginning of summer. So the moon is making a big introduction around this time. What the moon is going to be doing here is making a universal milestone or a huge leap into a whole other intuitive cosmic forecast, all on its own. And what this means is that the moon takes the lead as boss, okay? Which means that there is a sense of leadership that is going to be coming through to a lot of people, all right? This sense of leadership and understanding that the moon does have an authoritative role in the world, being that it is a part of God's dualistic light platforms, or should I say light creations. So we have the sun and we have the moon, right? But this is when the moon takes the rightful place as, okay, I'm a big boss here, because it's not just the sun, it's the moon too. So what happens with that type of dynamic, and this is all metaphors, right? But it's also real. And what this means is that as this energy works through human beings, you guys may come into a more enlightened mindset about your role in society around this time, and who you want to be, what you have accomplished, and what you want to do moving forward. This month of June is actually positive. To say that it is in the summer month, it is very, very positive. I mean, June's always in the summertime, right? But what I mean is these two specific moons are happening at the start of summer, which means that that kind of fire and that kind of light is going to be born in a lot of people. A lot of individuals are going to awaken to a new passion like no other for whatever dreams or aspirations that they may have. And a lot of people will be saying a lot of things around that new moon in Gemini around the 6th of June. So pay attention to that energy as well. It's also going to be Father's Day on the 16th of June. And happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. And it's also Juneteenth happening on June 19th. And so Juneteenth is a time to celebrate as well. That was a big milestone, right? So all of these events are piling up on each other, but the good thing about it is that it is going to bring out some positive working relations with other people, right? Positively, very, very positive. All right, so let's go ahead and get into This is going to be your general love life and spirituality guidance for June 2024. So this is what's coming in for you all in next month. I'm recording this ahead of time. Give it some time for the messages to play out. Sometimes messages don't really resonate until the third week or the last week in the month. Just give it time. I do recommend coming back to check your messages to see how it played out in your life, okay? So Pisces, for you, is going to be short and sweet. There's just going to be a really big focus on your root chakra in the month of June. This is all about your sense of grounding, your sense of stability, your sense of overall well-being. The root chakra is the first chakra, and in spirituality, this area does affect people, not just spiritually, but also mentally, emotionally, and most importantly, physically. So if there is any underlying issues or diseases connected to this specific chakra, then it is because there is an imbalance in that area. The root chakra is located in the area under the sacral, under your second chakra. Your second chakra is located right under your navel, and then the root chakra is even lower. So it's very like in that growing, in your close to your pelvic area. That's where it's located at. It's like the seat of the chakras. And what it does is it is the first chakra, and it has so much to hold on top of it. Just think about all the energy that the root chakra has to hold there. It has to be the firmest. It has to be the most stable, because all the other energy depends on it in order for it to live and exist within your body. That is why it's very essential for you guys to keep your chakras in balance. It's very essential for you to keep your peace. It's very important for you guys to cleanse those chakras, because it does play a role in your physical body. It can manifest in that way. So if there has been any issues around women's issues in that area, internally or externally, that could be a reason why. There could be an imbalance there. Or if there has been, even if there's not anything that you've been noticing physically in that area, then it can just be something more financial involved. It can be like maybe some of you guys are kind of imbalanced in the month of June when it comes to your finances. You may feel like telling yourself that you should be living below your means. It's like you are disciplining yourself. You're restricting yourself in the month of June. And it could be because it's just you being very, 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 very cautious about how you are moving through the world. Or it could be about you just really coming back down to earth and realizing that you don't need certain things to be happy, to feel fulfilled. Or maybe you keep telling yourself that you are not going to treat yourself this month, or you're not going to cheat, as far as like doing something that, or paying for something that it would take a big chunk of money out of your pocket. It's like you're really restricting yourself. You're definitely in a certain mindset where I feel like it is restricting for you, because you're a water sign and you usually just go with the flow with a lot of things, especially when you want something. But this is a month that is calling your attention to practicalities. It's like you are thinking like an earth sign and being very, very practical about your everyday, every dollar you spend. You are definitely like keeping things in order and being tight with yourself. And it doesn't mean that you have to be that way. It's just, for some of you, it's just like the only way you know how to compute your actual like plan for the month is by making sure that everything is accounted for. And I'm telling you, your mind is super earthy. You're definitely in earth signs type of energy, because they're very practical. They're very good at managing their money. And you guys go into that kind of energy. So that's like the overarching theme for the month for a lot of Pisces out there. But this does make you feel very connected to reality and, stepping away from fantasy. You're not like in your dream world that you normally would be in. Like, oh, well, what if I think I can do this? Or what if we do that? You're not really creating ideas and just like shooting for the stars. You're not like going for it. I feel like a lot of you are just like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything that doesn't make sense this month. I'm doing what makes sense, what I have definite answers to. But this is good, because what this does is draw you back into yourself. As much as it sounds like it's an energy that you may not be used to, it actually is doing something good. It actually is drawing you back into your own mind, body, and spirit. It's keeping you focused. It's keeping you sane. It's keeping your thoughts pure, your energy right. It's helping you to also realize how protected you actually are if you really sit back and think about it. Like, the adversity that you may expect to come your way probably won't come your way when it comes to your foundations, your stability, and your money. I don't feel like it's even going to happen. But in your mind, you could be pressing yourself and worrying yourself about certain things, but it's going to be very crucial and important for you, Pisces, to get in touch with nature as much as you can in June. Take several breaks or several seats just to get in the sun, a little bit, and enjoy some fresh air every now and again, so that you can get your mind out of the clutter that you may have sitting there in your mind about certain things. You may feel the desire to want more peace, or even to eat cleaner. Remember, you're integrating the mind, body, and spirit in the month of June, which means that, different things that you're going to be involved in requires balance. And in order for you to do that, I think that you're going to do that on a holistic scale. And what that means is anything pertaining to the mind, body, and the spirit, bringing everything together. And that way you neutralize the energy by feeding yourself the healthier nutrients, as well as having a healthier, positive mindset. Switching up the tune of your thoughts. Thinking more positively is going to be beneficial. I think you guys are really going to be getting back in touch with those sacred moments in life that you spend with yourself outdoors, and just allowing your mind to clear itself often. You are going to be getting back to your roots and letting your roots shine through. And I don't mean on top of your head. I'm talking about like who you really, 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 really are. Like if you take away your best friend, if you take away your partner, if you take away your job, your family, who are you? Who are you? If you take away the titles, if you take away everything, it's just like getting back to you. And so I think that you guys are just going to be really real with yourself, and people around you may or may not notice it, but it's something for you, and that's all that matters. This is about your survival instincts kicking in. Also, your sense of inner security, any safety issues you may have. This could all be stemming from childhood or a past life. It may not even be childhood for some of you. It could be just a past life thing, where you feel like you just have to get things done, and you have to get what belongs to you. You have to make sure that every I is dotted and every T is crossed, because you are affirming things to yourself where in order for you to feel more connected to Earth and be able to have positive days moving forward and to see future growth in your life, you have to believe in your own abundance. You have to believe that you are abundant and that abundant opportunities could be there. So in order for you to just really bring everything full circle, you're going to be, doing all of these things that I mentioned to you guys in this reading, but it's going to be mostly about you. I think that this is going to be about you making sure that you have what you need. It's like really making sure that you have what you need. It's more about being structured, being disciplined, than it is about being fearful. It's not so fearful. It's more about, I am not going to not have what I need. It's that type of energy. It's like you're doing whatever it takes to make sure that things are covered. All right. And that's all I have. And God bless.